Hello, everybody. Here for a GBG Rants. Today, we're going to talk about the importance and the keys in having a good, supportive community. Because this is one of the main goals of this channel is to bring people who are willing to be positive and basically attract everyone together so that we can find each other and help each other. Alternatively, in our own separate lives, we always hanging out with different people, and those people you hang out with are your community. And it's good to know good keys to have in the people that you having around you every day. So let's get to it. So first we'll go with what this definition of community: a feeling of fellowship with others as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals. Now, if y'all got toxic interests, toxic attitudes, and toxic goals, that is what it is. That's your community. Something has to change within you first in order to be able to get into the positive mode, to get positive people around you, to have a positive community. So once you start having a positive attitude, start getting into positive interests and having positive goals, you got to ask yourself, do the people around you have those same things? All right. So that's one identifier of people that should be around you and how to vet them out. So now the three main ways that your community should support you. And when we say support is to give assistance to, especially financially, or enable a function to act. So they should support you in the way of protection, uplifting, and motivation. So when we talk about protect means to keep safe from harm or injury. So as a community, anything that will come in to try to destroy us, separate us, bring us out, as a community, we have to build a defense so that doesn't happen. Whether it's our livelihood, like let's say we're talking about something more concrete, like actually taking a town that people have built. Say we built a town. Now, in this town that we build, we're going to have self-sustainability, a way to live, reproduce, produce items, goods, services. And if any outsider wants to come in and destroy that, we have to create a defense system and a tax system in order to keep us safe from the target and eliminate the target to better protect us. So it's the same thing in your regular circles. If you have, like I said, first you got to clean your inner circle out, make sure y'all good. And that's a part of keeping safe from harm and injuries, that you got to make sure the people in your circle are on the same page. And so when people from the outside of the circle come in and try to destroy it, how are you keeping that from happening? How are you talking to your people to educate them to keep that from happening? Or even when it comes to emotional attacks, how do you come in? And that's where the uplift and motivating come in. Like, how do you come in to keep them, make sure that everybody has a sane mind to be able to repel those different instances that happen, those different attacks that come against you? So now next let's move to uplift. So uplift, two definitions: to raise the level of or improve, to lift to a higher position. So the people who uplift you, that deals with education, right? Are you becoming mentally better? Are you learning more? Are your situations being improved? Okay. Physically, are you becoming healthier? Because if you're rotting away, that's not a good thing. That's not uplifting. All right. It's always about improvement. And that also deals with having people who challenge you to become better. If you have people who are, and when I say challenge you to become better, that's not always, so sometimes you have a peaceful life, right? Well, one of my goals is to have a peaceful life. And for some people, that looks like going to work, coming home, chilling with the family, being okay. That's cool. But let's say the improvement there, because some people are like, well, you got to invent 20 different things. That's not what it's all about. So the improvement in this situation would be as far as your relationship, right? So things fade over time. Things get old and dull. So the improvement would be, how can I make things interesting in my relationship? How can I make things better in my relationship? You know what I'm saying? How can I help people around me better? And you want people who are going to help you to become better in those areas. So if you in a relationship, somebody gonna tell you like, hey man, you slipping over here. Hey, you need to get this together. You should be doing better over here. You know, and they're honest about it. If you got people who just doing it just to mess with you, then you have to identify that and get rid of them. But that's basically the situation for uplifting. Now, the last thing, motivate. So motivate is to provide someone with the motive for doing something. So you want people around you who are going to help you stay on track with your mission. And the worst thing you could have is somebody who's in your circle who's stopping you from achieving your goals. Whether that's being like telling you we should play the video game every day when you know you got something to do, or you know you have a significant other and they're telling you to hang out with random strangers and you know it's gonna cause issues in your relationship. You got a fitness goal and people telling you like consecutively to take more days off, and to the point where you've done lost track of your fitness goal. You're not on your regimen anymore, things like that. And because like even with like, let's say there's the video game everyday thing, you can play the video game every day with a group of people if you're doing it responsibly. You got people who they help motivate you, they talk to you, get your thing done, they send you on your way, right? Or you have somebody, like sometimes we do overwork ourselves in fitness, and they might tell you like, listen bro, you need to take a day off, you need to chill, your body got to recuperate, you need to let your mind work out. Some things have to happen, and you gotta, you know, if you have good people around you, you should trust them to be able to tell you the right things. But on the other hand, if you know that they're convinced you to do something that's not right, then sometimes our friends aren't always right, okay, even if they mean well. And just address it, try to fix it and move on. But as opposed to people unmotivating you to do things, people who motivate you to do things, like, man, you got this goal that you was working on, what's going on? And, you know, they help to get you back on track, to stay on track. Because many times, you know, we can fall off our path and on off our way, and we could lose our sight. And it's good to have people who could be like, hey, this was your goal, so how are you coming along with it? How can I help? Okay? How can I help? And it's one of the biggest things for support and assistance, because this is what I try to live by. Whenever I try to give anybody any help, I should be willing to do something in that help. So if I tell somebody, hey, you should exercise, that means after I say that, I should be willing to give them regiments, right? Or at least spend some time with them in the exercise to do it. If I tell somebody, hey, I got an idea for you, right? I should be able to help them manifest that idea, because a lot of people got always stuff to say to you, always ideas to give you. They got a lot to. It's the book with the hen who nobody wanted to help her cook the cake. When it was done, everybody wanted a piece of the cake. So people always want to give ideas and take credit for certain stuff, but they don't actually want to help you do the work. So when it comes to people who are always have input is cool. But you really know how they feel about what you're doing is once they give input, are they willing to grind with you to do it? Are they willing to hold your hand a bit? You know what I mean? So let's think about that. So those are the main traits of a community right now. I'll add more to it later. Like I say, I'm just trying to keep the positivity going. Y'all brainstorming ideas. Let me know what y'all think. If y'all have any criticism or concerns or anything we can add, let's try to build this community.